chasing highs. What is love? Lately I've been wondering just what is love? What is love? I don't know. No one ever showed me. I've been on my own for too long. But if you hold me now, let me into your heart. Maybe I can start to love again and tend to my scars. Can you show me how? Can you love me with all you've got? 'Cause I'm coming alive. I just wanna come alive. I'm coming alive. I just wanna come alive. Come alive, come alive, come alive, yeah. Oh. I'm coming alive. I just wanna come alive.
Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day. My name is Brian Hare. I am here with Free Salon Education Live with your Wednesday morning color class. Got some really exciting things in store. But first, let's say also good morning, good afternoon, good day to the Odin of our Free Salon Education Valhalla, Matt Beck.
What did you just say? I don't even know what you just said, but look at this.
Whoa.
Whoa.
See, that's a tease because it feels like you're right there,
But I'm not.
but you're not.
But I'm kind of.
I mean, sort of. I can't do this to you.
Right.
There we go.
Yeah. So anyways, welcome to the show, guys. If you're new to the show, type new in the chat. If you're an OG, you've been watching this for a long time, you know what to do. Get involved in the chat. Make people feel welcome. We're all about growing and building this community. So if you guys just could hit the share button, like button, and get active in the comments, then we'll be good to go. But that's pretty much it. Brian's got a good class for you guys. Remember, we are live here pretty much every day of the week. So let us know what you want to see next and just keep the conversation going.
That is really cool looking at you over there. Like, I'm enjoying this.
Oh, where'd you go?
Oh, so just get rid of me. That's fine.
Wait, seriously, where'd you go? Hang on.
Now you're just a floating head. Now you're like Zombie from.
Hang on, let me.
There's
I've got that angle, but hang on.
I'm back.
You're back. I got you. There it is.
There we
I
go.
don't know what happened.
I don't know. Whatever.
It can't
I
be
like the
perfect.
Mecca Lecca High Mecca Heiny Heiny Ho floating head of it all from what was it? Pee Wee's Funhouse.
Yeah, pretty much. All right.
Yeah, I'm showing my age now. All right, so today I wanted to. So there's been lots and lots of talk. I'm sure we've gotten lots of Instagram ads before now, and if not, you're going to as of today, about all the different highlighting combs that are out there. And I haven't gotten my hands on all of them, but I've gotten my hands on some, and I've played around and used some on clients. And I didn't just want to like get it, open it, and be like, this is what I think. I wanted to actually use it and get in there so that I can really share with you some of the things that I like about them, some of the things that, maybe not my favorite thing about them. And while we're at it, why not just show you a fun little technique? Because in all honesty, just talking about combs would take about 7 minutes, even if you overtalk like I do. So I figured, why not bring in a cool foil technique that I use in the salon quite often. All right, so for starters, I got 2 different kinds. I showed you guys the Amicomb last week that I got. I have used this, good fun. And then I also got the Vellon combs. That was the one that Instagram was like really pushing for me. I got the ones that come in 3 different colors rather than the ones that match because I wanted to, like, out of the corner of my eye, grab them. So yeah, that's what we're going to go over today. Before I get into anything, I got to remember I would feel terrible if I forgot to say happy birthday to Tennessee Steve. I'm sure you're watching this with my mother tonight, so happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
It's my barbecue hookup.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. So I'll show you guys what I did with my gorgeous lasagna here. I'll get into the actual sectioning a little bit more on the noodles because I've already got that pre-sectioned out. But I basically just highlighted 3 different panels for you, and I color them 3 different colors so that you can really just like notice the one size comb at a time that we were using. So for starters, I will do our Mohawk section that ran through the top. I chose to use the Baby Lights, the smallest teeth comb. It's fun. I like it. I certainly do not have the patience to create highlights this small on my own. So I do like the fact that now there's a tool that'll just help me get those itsy bitsy teeny tiny little highlights. I mean, yeah, the more you zoom in, like the more you see those are teensy little highlights. And I'll be using these on the mannequin in a few minutes so you can actually see it in action. But that is a super, super fine highlight that when you look at the head, it's kind of cool. I don't know which one you want to do, that one or overhead, which will be better for this. Never mind the green scalp. But you can see that this really does create a nice effect of just lots and lots of teeny tiny highlights in there. I did color it green just so that it would stand out a little bit from the brown. But it really, I am impressed because it's given such fine highlights that, like I said, I don't typically have the steady hand to create without a tool like this to help me. So
Can you move her just a little more to the center? Because she'll focus better. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Like a fun little video game.
Yep.
Yeah, so pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. It is a very fine highlight, so if you're looking to get a good color shift out of somebody using only this comb, you're going to have to be doing a lot of foils because it's always good to remember, when you're doing foil highlights, you have to think about if you're just trying to shift the overall appearance of their color or if you're just looking to highlight what their color is. If you're looking to give an overhaul all over lightness, then you're going to need to highlight at least 50% of the hair. So with that in mind, going into it with a comb like this is going to be a lot of highlights because you're going to be leaving out a lot of hair in order to create these teensy tiny little highlights. So just keep that in your mind. Next, I'm going to jump into the middle size highlight, which I think might have been my favorite one to use just in general. I feel like it's a pretty good catch-all as far as creating highlights that aren't too small, but are big enough to really show up and start to shift my client's color. My client this time being this beautiful mannequin. I went over that with an orange, so you'll see I wanted that to also stand out from our other colors. So we're starting to get a little bit more of a substantial highlight here, so you notice like actual highlights, but it's not chunky. I like this. These were all diagonal sections throughout this panel, So it will help to blend a little bit. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked with this. You can see this one, you get a slightly bigger, but still not too chunky. I'm going to venture to say that looks like a 50-50 almost, like as far as the space in between and then the space in the teeth, if I had to guess. My math guessing. All right, then I will flip around to the pink side. And then in this side panel, on the left side of our mannequin, I chose to go with the biggest teeth. This is more of a chunky, substantial highlight that you are going to see. You're going to notice the bands of color running through it as you see around the face, and in certain areas it just stands out a little bit more. I like this for when you're going through like the meat of the head, when you're back here in areas that tend to be a little darker. If you're trying to be quick and you need to get a few more stronger highlights in there, that's when I reach for something like this that's going to give me bolder highlights. Cool. Love it. All right, so for right now, I'll put her away, and then we'll just reference her as needed. I'm going to go into the sectioning, and then we'll actually use the comb so that you can see. I tighten this. I am so strong when I tighten things. This weekend, so I moved this past week, and you remember I told you a few classes ago that I got a bidet, and it was fantastic? Well, this weekend I went to go move it from my old apartment to my new one. I don't know what moment of super strength that I went through when I tightened that plastic nut onto the back of the toilet. My brother and I had to completely take the toilet apart. Like, the back of the tank was brought to the kitchen counter so that the two of us could take 2 sets of pliers and get this thing off. I had no idea I was so strong.
Like, were you doing CrossFit then? Or did you?
No, I don't even have an excuse. I was just Hulk strength that day. So if you ever need a lid put on a jar so strong that you can't get it open, that's what I'm good for. Not getting the lid off.
Okay.
I mean, it's a thing. Okay, so this is a very simple sectioning that I actually use all the time for my highlighting because it gets the job done really well, and it helps just keep things organized so you can move nice and quick. So it involves, depending on if you're doing whatever you consider, partial, half head, I don't care. Use whatever verbiage makes you happy. I will just show you the sectioning. I start with a nice mohawk section down the middle. If they have a really deep part, then my mohawk section might shift. But generally, your mohawk should be wide enough that you can get their part in there somewhere. In the case where I've got somebody with a slightly larger head, like my own, not talking smack, and you do have to move it over, sometimes I might have to throw an extra little triangle of a section in there. But we're all good at adapting. You guys do what you got to do as you're moving through this with your own guests. So I've got my mohawk section. I do travel it all the way back to the round of the parietal ridge because the emphasis that you're just naturally going to put into the front of this section, because as hairdressers, you know that you're going to really need to focus on this. I want you to have to take that all the way back because generally this mohawk is going to run through any cowlicks, whorls, any of that they have. And so that really should have the same degree of attention brought to it that you have up front, because it's someplace where the hair splits. It's someplace that it just needs to have some extra love. And I just noticed, see that nice little cut I got yesterday?
That's nice.
That's nice. That's me not paying attention and going well beyond the knuckle like I shouldn't do. And needing my scissors.
Oh, like you cut yourself with your scissors.
Oh yeah, that's come on. That's the shape. We know that shape.
I thought this was doing more construction work or something.
No. That was me grinding in with my Mizutanis.
Nice.
Yeah, it's time to get them sharpened. It shouldn't have hurt that much.
Yeah.
So then coming through the sides, you've got your mohawk section. So whatever their head shape is going to vary the shape of this actual side panel. But I just take it right back to the center. So, I cut it right, there we go. The hairline with the ear, it's around the occipital, depending on the head and the head shape, but just create a nice panel for yourself that's going to leave out this whole nape section for you. Because if you are choosing not to highlight that, then this is fine. If you are highlighting it, then I would just split this down the center and turn this into 2 more sections. Because we did the same thing on both sides of the head. Giving just a nice, even, all the way around, good clean panels to work with. I like to start in the top if I'm only doing these 3 sections. If I am working with the back, then I might actually start back here, because typically that's where hair is the darkest and would need the most lifting. And if it sits long and processes, you can always take that out first and let that rinse without disturbing any of the other stuff. But since I'm just doing these 3 panels, I do typically start up top in the front with a developer that I know will have control to not destroy the hair, but will get the hair nice and lightest around the face, because that's where people want to see the brightest blonde. Cool?
Cool. So Kathy's asking, where do we get the combs? Here's something to, Brian doesn't even know this yet, but I've been talking to the Salon people, and I have an order on the way. So they'll be on Shop FSE is the short.
That's
short
exciting.
end. Yeah. So
You're welcome.
where's the now I'm floating. Where is it at? There it is. Locked.
That's fun. Congratulations.
I mean, it's not really congratulations, but
I mean, congrats to Velen for making it to Shop FSE. That's what I meant.
oh, okay.
Welcome to Valhalla. I've been wanting to watch Thor lately, so I guess that's like fresh in my brain.
Okay.
I was talking about it with a bunch of clients yesterday, and I'm really excited about Loki. It's a show coming out soon.
I think I've heard of it. I don't watch any of that stuff.
I know. So just trust me.
Yep.
You are the Odin to this Norse mythology.
The fade looks good on camera.
Right?
I didn't do it, but
No, my new barber did. Go Vince. Frankfurt Barbers in Fishtown?
I don't know.
I don't know. I shout him out on my story.
Okay. Norma, thank you so much. You're very welcome.
Great picture, Norma.
Hi, Sophia. Yes, Kathy, shopfse.com.
Sweet.
As of right now, they're not on there, but as soon as the order I know is in transit, I'll put them up there.
When we get them, you can get them. All right, so my lightener today that I have chosen to work with is Paul Mitchell's Synchro Lift. It's great in foiler. Oh, look at that. See? I got you, Norma. Like this. It's great in foil work because I get a really great consistency with it, and it's not going to like get all crazy. I never have problems with this leaking out of my foils because I don't mix it way too thin, but it stays the right consistency when you mix it. Lots and lots of lift without causing unnecessary damage to the hair. And I'm going with 20 volume because I like 20 volume because I'm just so used to the control that I get with it. There would be times where maybe I would start with a 10. If I knew I was really going in hard and doing a ton of foils, I'd start with a 10 or I'd mix 10 and 20. That's totally up to you. Don't do it just because I said it. Do it because you think that's what makes the most sense. Cool?
Cool.
Sweet. All right. So now let's start her there. We'll turn so everyone can see. So I will start with the Itsy Bitsy Baby because this is around the face. I love having my little money piece. The baby lights help make a really nice money piece. If somebody is virgin like this, I would probably go in, do a good strong money piece, and then like in the class last week, pull some balayage lightener through the ends that are hanging out. But how often do we get virgin heads in our chair anymore? So you might not have to do that with anybody. All right, so especially for this comb, I've noticed sort of like, all right, let me use some logic. When you're doing a round brush blowout, you kind of want your sections to be appropriately matching the size of the brush you're using. This is about that same kind of logic. So if I'm using my Baby Lights comb, you're really going to need to be working with finer sections because I'm asking this tool to handle this hair, so I don't want to give it more than it can handle. So I've got this nice fine section here. We can see through it nice and easy. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your comb and then you pull. You see? You want me to do that again?
I got the top.
Woohoo! Then we'll come to the side.
Yeah. So in.
And that's, yeah, see? And you just give yourself a little shake to help separate the hair a little more. I kind of massage it with my hand to make sure I get there, get that nice and clean. See, you can see right through there? That's how you knew it's going to go through. You let go with the comb, and then you grab your baby light. Easy peasy.
Amazing.
Minds are blown.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I saw someone that just said they got a real kick out of wrapping the whisk in foil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a trick that I picked up at home. I was like, oh, God, where do I put this? Wrap it in foil. Boom. Put it wherever you want. Put it in your pocket.
Don't put it in your pocket.
You do whatever you want.
Don't.
Tell people. Live your life.
Live your life with bleached pockets.
Hey.
Whatever you want.
Probably the cleanest that pocket's been. Start a new trend. Blonde pockets. So then you would just continue working back. If you were looking to do a really strong money piece, I do get a kick out of doing with this particular highlighting comb, the Itsy Bitsy Baby one. I don't know if Velen has names for these, so I'm officially naming them right now.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, well, now we do. The Itsy Bitsy Baby, I like back to back because it does give such a small, clean highlight. Going back to back like that will give you a nice, it's not too blocky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just go in, pop in there, get my little highlight. So one of the things that I like about these combs is that it gives a nice consistency. Like that's one of the things that looks good in highlights, especially if you're looking for a nice uniform effect throughout the whole head. I feel like that's one of the reasons you might go with foils over something like balayage or a cap or whatever, is because you get a nice uniformity throughout. So the comb helps to keep you on track without forcing a boring look. You know, we do still want some artistry. So what I notice I would do if I want a little bit more control over how this is going to go is I'll switch out my comb. You know, I'll do that money piece with my little Itsy Bitsy Baby, but then I want to grab like the Mama Bear comb. It's not too big. It's not too little. It's just right. And then I'll come in, grab myself a section, bring it on down to Omeleteville. And then we have ourselves a little bit more substantial of a highlight. A little bit bigger spaces in between, and then a little bit bigger pieces of hair that are actually getting highlighted, just like Mama Bear would like in Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Okay, we got a question here.
Hit me.
Can you get close to the scalp, or would you need shadow root?
You can get close to the scalp. I mean, as close as you're capable of getting in any other foil. Because, I mean, this is essentially, it's just a foiling comb. It's just a foiling comb that doesn't grab all the hair. So as close as you're capable of getting is how close you can get. You also can afterwards go and, do your little bit of a shadow root with toning if that's what you're into. Like, it's not creating a different kind of highlight. It's just helping you highlight a little faster. It's just taking out the step of creating your own little bouncy weave. So that's still up to you.
So Cheryl, I believe that's how you pronounce your name. I believe you're saying you live in South Africa or South America. I'm not sure. SA. Can you get the combs here? But the answer will be yes as soon as we have them. We do worldwide shipping on combs, so
that's fun.
So I would assume that that would go into that same thing. So you just have to pay worldwide shipping prices, but we do ship worldwide.
I like these combs too. They've got a good sturdy feel to them. I like the tail. I enjoy them. It's definitely gotten me back comfortable suggesting foils to guests. One, because it's always fun to use something new. We're hairdressers. You just flash the word new in front of something. We're like, yes, I'll do it.
Yeah. And Sheila's saying you can do that with just a rat tail comb, and you are correct.
Absolutely.
Yep.
This is just a rat tail comb.
Yeah.
All I said is it's taking away the weaving yourself. If you're doing slices, there's no need to use these because you don't need to section anything out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really just technically a quicker way to...
It just takes one tiny little step out when you're doing a whole head of foils involving weaves. They're for weave highlights. That's what these are for.
Yeah.
Foil, weave, highlights.
And Julie is saying, is it genuinely quicker?
Yes, because normally, so you pull out, for me especially, you pull out, oh, there was a statement, not a question. Whatever, I'm going to say it anyway. You pull out your slice and then to sit there and this guy and that and that and that. And even if you're faster, it's like boom, 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 boom. Okay, cool. This is still faster for me. And you just get in there and you keep going, grab it, move on.
Yeah, and she was saying, is it genuine? Like, she was asking. And then somebody else said it saves them so much time. So,
yeah, that's part of the reason that it's got me back doing foils again, not just because it says new, but because it really is faster. And then for me, it gets fun in thinking, how can I change these up and get a customized look? If you use the exact same comb all the way through, then you'll get one solid, nice uniform look with the highlights. But, you always want to have fun finding a way to put a personal spin on it. And then that's how you do it. I typically, at this point, once I get up to that high point of the head, I know myself, so I'm just going to speak to you as though there's got to be someone out there who's the same way I am. This gets a little awkward when you're in front of them trying to get around to the back of the head, even if you're having them look down. And when that gets awkward, I tend to just do less foils to get that part over with. But like I said, this is a section that generally needs some attention because it's where hair starts to split. It's what sits on the back of the head hanging over whatever the haircut is. So this really does need to be highlighted properly. So what I do to sort of make myself give it the attention it deserves is go around to the back of the head now. For even though it's just a small section, because it's comfier to approach like this, you'll do a better job. You'll give it more attention that it deserves. I'm proud of that.
I'm glad you're proud.
All right. It's coming back here. Hey, let's just switch up another comb. All right. Get a nice little fine highlight in there.
So Kay's saying, interesting you didn't start in the back. Do you want to, you can talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, you can. It's up to how comfortable you are, how fast you can move, what look you're going for. Like I said, if I'm doing a full head, like they want everything highlighted, I typically will start in the back just because the back needs more time because it's usually darker back there and it has further to go to get light. But, you know, if I'm just going through and we're just like getting some highlights, like if I'm just working on these 3 sections, I know that I can work quick enough that I'll start in the front because I want that the blondest, because that's where the money piece is. So I want that the lightest. So I want that to have the most time in a foil.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because the trend now is brighter in the front, a little bit deeper in the back. So I think that can kind of change your technique a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So questions, do the combs help give you a more neat and even finish?
Yes. I mean, so one of the things, this was something that I was thinking about. One of the cool things about the comb versus when you're doing it yourself, creating your own weave. When you're creating your own weave, you pick exactly where a highlight is going. That does give you a certain level of control, but with that comes adding more time to doing it and a lack of consistency. You can accidentally go a little too heavy on like one side of your weaves or on the other and whatever. This gives you a much more even. Like one of the reasons that cap highlights were so popular back in the day was because it gave a very consistent all over look. And then we moved from cap to foil because, you know, we weren't necessarily looking for that pattern all over the head, but you wanted light and you wanted consistent. Well, now this is kind of like giving us a little bit of like everything, because now you can get consistency throughout the head. If you want to change it up so that it's not the exact same highlight all the way through, you can move over just a little bit or switch which comb you're using. Like there is definitely still some artistry that needs to happen on your part to create something customized for the head. But now, even in doing that, you're still going to get a nice clean consistency wherever you're doing the highlights. Even last week, I did a look that just did the little itsy bitsy baby in the money piece, which is that really bright highlight up front on the part around the face. And then just did balayage through the rest of the head because I wanted the consistency of nice, bright, like even highlights that you really get from foil work.
Sweet.
Brick layer foils in the back. Yeah. Get in there. That's what I'm saying. This it's cool because whatever you do, however you like your foils, this is just going to give you, you know, a little bit of fun, a little bit of freedom, move a little faster, try things out. You do what you do, but do it with these.
Julie, do these come in all, or do you need all the different sizes of the comb, or are they sold individually? I can tell you that the way that they come together as a kit, and then they also are, the Baby Lights comb is sold individually. So
Okay, gotcha.
No.
I suggest getting all 3, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
Just because while the Baby Lights one is cool, it's not for everything. Like, it would take a very long time to get through a whole head, and it's just a very specific look. Like, I'll get back to the mannequin with the green earlier. It's nice. It's going to give you that very consistent fine highlights everywhere, that Baby Lights look. But that's not always what everyone's looking for. I like to have as many tools in my toolbox to get a job done, no matter what we're trying to achieve.
Yep. And tons of people are saying where to purchase the combs. So if everybody could just, the OGs, this is your job today. Just let them know that they will be available on our online store. So like if you go, I'll show you guys right here. So this is our online store, Shop FSE. You can go onto our website. They should, I'm going to say next week, will be possibly available for purchase. I mean, you could go onto the Salon website as well. I'm not like trying to make you guys wait, but if you want to wait and buy from us, you can. They'll be available next week. Q.
Sweet.
I love just watching you work over here.
Hey, I got to do what I got to do.
Like, it's mini Matt. Here, I'm going to make myself smaller.
Oh my God.
Look at that. Wow, you're doing a wonderful job.
Oh my God. Quit looking at my ass.
Oh.
This is great. There's no way that this is going to be anything but hilarious.
Yep. I feel like I'm on Willy Wonka.
Your Mike TV.
Yeah, Mike TV.
That's great.
Nice.
That is not the cleanest foil I've ever done, but I'm also not standing at the angle that I would have done working behind the chair. So we'll get there. All right. So as I'm moving through my side panels, because we'll say we're done here. So in the side panels, I like to start off using a diagonal that's going to handle the hairline. Keeping in mind what kind of highlight you want to see along that hairline. You're going to get much bolder highlights with this, obviously, especially in that fine hair. So typically, I will reach myself for one of these guys. I do enjoy doing the hairline with these Baby Lights combs, the Itsy Bitsy Baby, because that's really in right now is those teeny tiny highlights, like right along the hairline around the face. And this just helps give it to you nice and fast, especially if they've got, you know, like the little baby hairs or anything like that. It really does help just to get more control because it just helps to hold on to things for you. Once you get beyond that hairline, you can then jump into whatever kind of highlights you want. I do notice that with my Mac Daddy Big Boy, you can take slightly thicker sections because, like I said, when you're doing round brush stuff, section, brush, they go together. This can handle a slightly thicker slice because it's going to give you a chunkier highlight. Now, don't think chunky like Kelly Clarkson. This still, poor Kelly Clarkson. That's like, she's a very accomplished singer, but somehow that's what she's still known so much for.
That.
What's that?
Yeah, she is known for that. As
Poor thing.
like,
it's not even. It should be her hairdresser that gets all the guff for it. Like that's still a decent highlight. That's not going to be crazy and chunked out. Like you can see plenty of space throughout. That
I do love the differences though, because that's a big difference between the Baby Light comb.
Oh,
and
absolutely,
that one, for sure.
And that's where you can, like I said, you're still going to get consistency with this section.
Yeah.
But that's where your customizing can come into play.
Yep. The cost of the set was $29, right? When you paid for it?
Oh God, I don't remember.
I think it's $29. I'm not like 99% sure that that's about how much it is. They say it's on sale from $60. I would never pay $60 for these combs ever.
Yeah,
but $29 is a great price, I think.
Agreed.
It's $15 for the individual, or $14.50 for buying just one comb, or you get all three for $29. I think it makes the most sense to just get all three.
Yeah. Because you need all three.
Right.
So as you work back through towards the back of your panel here on the side, you just be mindful of your section. Do you want to stay diagonal, thinking of how that's going to fall into whatever the haircut is? Do you want to start moving it more vertical? Do you want to start moving it more horizontal? Personally, I like doing this section with diagonal because it works whether the hair is down and flowing this way or if the hair is pulled back, which, in all honesty, we do have to address hair being pulled back as colorists because that's how people wear their hair also. If not half the time, more than half the time. I think having your color look really good in a sweet blowout is good, but you need to be realistic and give them something that's going to look good all the time. And that's why I like to make sure that for hair pulled back, I've still put some effort into a style that will work. Matt agrees.
I do.
He's just so small you can't hear his little voice.
I should like do this, but turn my mic down.
Pretend like you're shouting.
Like, Brian, I'm so far away.
Can we move you to the other side of me?
Yeah. Why? This way I can watch you.
Maybe you can't see because my back is to you.
It's true. I'm actually thinking I need to turn my whole desk around
So you
so
can
that I can actually see you.
actually look at me?
Yeah.
Well, now that we're all vaccinated, we can do that.
And I did. Yeah. It's true. We are.
Yeah, we passed our 2 weeks. It's on.
Yeah.
It's time for a picnic.
Picnic. We could have had a picnic already.
Oh, yeah.
It's time for like,
Indoor.
yeah, karaoke.
Whoa. I'm ready.
I'm thinking about like the fact that karaoke's got to be a ways away.
Ugh,
Sharing that microphone.
what a shame.
I know.
But we can do it.
Yeah.
All right, I ran out of lightener here, so I guess I'll just mix up a little bit more.
Good job. All right. Well, while you're doing that, then I will tell people to go download the FSE Now app. And all you have to do is go to freesaloneducation.com. Here's our website. And here's the benefits to doing that. You can see all the old classes. You can see them right here. We just redesigned the entire site. It's beautiful. And right here, you see all the upcoming live classes, like the one you're watching right now. See the little red dot. Brian is live. You can join now. Or if you want to watch Danielle's class tomorrow, you hit count me in, and it'll send you a reminder when Danielle goes live so that you can join her live tomorrow doing her crochet braid. So go to freesaloneducation.com, click on whatever phone you have right here, Apple or Android, and then it'll take you to the App Store. You can download the app, and you can get involved in our community, post your work, talk to all the OGs in the place, and just have fun. So
I couldn't tell what that picture of you was. I thought it was you on a phone.
on a phone.
But now I realize you're holding hair.
Yeah.
Flippin' Sizz.
Flippin' says. All right, coming back to you. Back to you, Brian.
I'm ready. Hey. All right, so rather than make you watch me do the other panel, which is the exact same thing, I'm just going to show you what happens when you've done the other panel and you get to the back. Hey, look, here we go. Don't make a mess. Put it in my pocket. I'll put it in Matt's pocket. Oh, wait, no, he's too small.
Yeah,
Shucks.
small pockets.
All right, so as I come to the back, let's say we do one diagonal right here. Yeah, that's what I want. I was thinking, putting thought into this for you guys.
That's right.
Get my nice chunky weave. That's my roller derby name,
It's a good one.
right? I just came up with that. Thank God for my little table from Minerva, keeping things organized for me. Yeah, I haven't gushed on this table yet this class, but this is a perfect example of why it's helpful at keeping things organized, because now I've got these combs, and in switching between them, it just looks nice with them standing there like that, rather than having just a pile of crap bouncing around on a table that you're chasing, trying to find something. Ooh, I need these. This just looks nice. Grab it and go. All right, so when you get to the back, you're going to have this cute little triangle, just like when you get to the back of the other.
You know what's crazy? I don't think they have those cards anymore.
Well, guess what? They better bring that back.
Oh, wait, I'm looking.
We got fans.
They have this one. I think it's the same thing. It's a little bit different. Oh, yeah, they have it. There it is.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
I was going to start a riot or start an online petition, which are two totally different things.
Yep.
So, let's get this last foil in. We're going to pretend like this is the last foil of the other side.
This is the cart that Brian was talking about, if any of you guys are wondering.
It's so good.
you go to minervabeauty.com and just click on carts and trolleys under this Salon tab here, carts and trolleys, it'll pull up a bunch of different ones. We actually have these gold. Actually, we have all of these.
Yeah.
We have all of these 3, and then
I like the gold for like setting my blow dryer on and stuff like that, doing that kind of work. But the color trays are absolutely incredible.
they have a black version of this color tray.
Oh my
Pretty cool.
God.
I like the clear though,
Yeah.
but I like the black.
The black looks nice. I get bleach all over this, so translucent works better than black.
Just so you can leave it. Leave the
Well,
bleach
so
on.
that it doesn't bother me during the service.
Yeah. Very cool.
All right, so when you get to the back, you're going to have this cute little triangle. And what do you do with that? Because you might be tempted to say, okay, I'm done the highlight, and then you leave this. But think about what you just did. You've got these highlights well highlit all the way through here. You've got your highlights framing on other side. If you were to leave this whole thing dark, it's going to stand out, and it's just going to spoil the look of the back of this. Not that this whole thing needs to be bleached out, but come on, there's just a little bit left. You can slam a couple of foils into that, and you'll be fine. So I will start at the bottom. I do like to do little horizontal ones because they will mirror from your mohawk section. It'll just help them like taper off.
Feel like this is a good question.
There are no bad questions.
No, I know, but like this is like
I'm just kidding. There's
I'm
some really
wondering
bad
this, I guess, is the biggest weave comb large enough to back comb for foliage?
Let's see. I want to say yes, but I want to say also that I tried to tease and it just didn't work out. So let's say on the next section.
Okay.
It's funny. I was looking at the packaging for these combs, and it's like going over all of the things that they're good for and like all the different great things about the comb. And for some reason, one of the things they mention is heat resistant. And I'm thinking to myself, why? Like, except for just setting your hot irons down without paying any attention to what you're resting it on, I don't know when these would be around heat, but I guess it's good to know.
Yeah. Just in case you wanted to smooth out hair with them.
What? Why would you just smooth out a little bit? Like you're going to leave a weave of crap hair with like nice smooth hair mixed in?
Maybe that's the new trend. I don't know.
Ugh.
Who am I to judge?
The Odin of free salon education is who. All right, so let's see. Let's tease away. You're stupid. Get it?
Jeez.
All right. Take it. Yeah, no. You'll be here all day. You can get a little bit. Let's try it with the baby. Yeah, a little more.
Yeah, that looks good.
That's better. So Itsy Bitsy Baby will tease for you. Big Mac Daddy will not. Mama Bear gets a little bit. Yeah, all right. So there you go. You just found out live.
Full
right
disclosure,
here, folks.
though, Brian doesn't use that to do that because
Well, obviously,
clearly.
because I just had to test it out to see.
Rachel, the combs are not currently on the site, but they will be on the site next week. So be on the lookout. We'll post. We'll post about it
Yeah, it won't be a secret.
now. Hopefully by Brian's next class next week, we can announce that they're there.
There you go. And we'll blow it up. I'll blow it up on my Instagram. You know what? I'm not doing that. That's good. It's done.
It's done.
Nice, gracious finish. We're done. Get out of here. And then just like that, it's lifted, toned, colored, cut, styled. So again, we'll go back through. I'll show you up through the top. We got Itsy Bitsy Baby. You can see, now you see what I'm saying, where there's just like tons and tons of tiny little baby highlights coming from all over the place. Any way you push it, like there's just little highlights popping out everywhere, which is nice.
This isn't the same technique, though, right?
It is actually.
Oh,
I
it's
did the
identical?
mohawk, But I did only like one comb per thing. That's why.
Yeah, right.
That's what the colors are showing off.
Okay.
So I did all baby lights through the mohawk, and then I wrapped around on the sides with the other two. All right, so you got baby lights up top. We'll move into the orange. You know what would have been smart is if I'd colored these sections the same colors as the comb.
That would have been.
Yeah, they're a little too close.
They are pretty close.
So
I didn't realize how many different colors those combs come in.
yeah, I was tempted to do the all black, but then realized that that would just be a pain in the butt.
To remember which one was which.
Yeah. Like, I can do a no-look grab on this because out of the corner of my eye, I can tell the difference between, like, the soft sea foam of Itsy Bitsy Baby and the hard teal of Mac Daddy Big Boy. So then, this was our Mama Bear. I did my diagonals through here. Again, the highlights here, they stand out a little bit more than they did in the babies, but they're not like big chunked highlights. It gives you that nice blend. Having the diagonal makes it so the hair can move. Even when you pull it back, you've still got, it's nice and highlight without going overboard. Cool, cool, cool. And then my last. My beautiful hot pink. This was done with Big Mac Daddy. And you can see, because we've got much stronger highlights coming through, when you're really wanting stronger bands of that nice lightness coming in. Cool, right?
Super cool.
I can tell. All right. Do we have any questions or anything before we wrap up?
Okay, let me see what we have here. Somebody said, "What's your Instagram name?" So
Hairstyle. Haire.
it's up in the corner, but I can't figure out how to make it black. I don't know why.
Wrong
I'll put
way.
it right here.
Come on.
I'm gonna shrink.
Come on.
Let's shrink it down. Put it right on your shirt there.
Shirt. There's a shirt.
Oh yeah.
Follow me.
Yeah. Oh no.
Chase me. I'm just kidding.
So there you go. So go follow Brian on Instagram. There was a couple. Do you use heat to process?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
If it feels like you need it. If they're really dark and you're trying to get light. Or if, like, I accidentally used too low of a developer, because that's happened, where I thought it was going to take me a really long time. So, like, I went in with a 10 and used Olaplex. And then it's like, I'm done, and these are barely bursting. That's when I'll maybe get some heat going.
Okay. Do you keep the live classes online as well as the edited classes online? Yes.
Yeah, Karen.
Wherever you're watching this class right now, you can save it because it'll be right there waiting for you to come back. And then as a hairdresser on the app, if you're on the app, when I repost the class or repost the videos, kind of like Brian's money piece class that we just did, that one's coming out. It came out on YouTube last night as a shorter video, and it's going to be up on the app today. So
Thanks for that, Matt.
yeah. So so you can get Brian in 7 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
because sometimes it's all you can handle.
It's pretty fun, actually, the video. I watched it. It's fun.
Oh.
So yeah, so we do shorter versions. So all these classes get chopped up and put on, well, not all of them, but some of them that seem to be better, shorter classes. So
Generally, the ones where I've been talking for like an entire hour, we make it much more digestible.
well, this one is a little tougher. Like I feel like it is a good full class because you're going over the combs the whole time. So this one's hard to make a 7-minute tutorial out of.
Yeah. I think
but-
technique classes are good for shorties.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely download the app, guys. Go to freesaloneducation.com and you can download it. Follow Brian on Instagram.
Hairstyle,
Hairstyle.
Haire style.
And follow him on FSE now because
Also hairstyle. Everything's hairstyle.
and that's it. I think that's it. Actually, Donna had a question. I saturated and worked it as much as possible, but had to still dark undertones. How can I completely without compromising?
2 to 9, and there were still dark undertones, or like still dark parts? Because at a 9, it should like maybe it just didn't lift evenly is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Because that's one of those things, like, you'd be surprised. Even I still do it. Where, like, I swear I got it saturated, and then it's like, oh, my goodness, I apparently was not as saturated as I thought. So I have, like, a couple of specific combs that I hang on to. If it's going to be, like, a really in-depth, I need to not skip one single hair. And as I will do, typically something with, like, larger teeth, like, I'll color my section and then immediately go back through and start at the end of the section with the comb and just comb through, because if there are any hairs in there that just got missed, that will just help to iron it out, because the tiniest little thing can set off a skipped spot. If there's, a little bit of bend to the hair, that'll make it, you'll just smooth right over that and color won't get down into it. But a comb will just help to separate everything to make sure that you get the maximum saturation so that you're not given any of those surprise little dark spots at the end.
Cool. I think that was a good answer. All right, sweet. I think that's it.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I hope that helped you guys out. I hope when we get the combs that we don't have them for long, because you all buy them. And yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing you back here next week when
Next
we're going
time.
to do, we'll see, nice little surprise.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Mwah. Bye.
So here we go again, it's no surprise, 'cause we know better than to roll the dice. So take this love and try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself. And it's no use working 9 to 5 if you want more than to stay alive. So come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh, so come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh, the morning light. Oh, I just wanna be your Superman. Come fly with me, just take my hand. And now that we are cruising in mid-flight, you better watch out for the kryptonite. So come on over, we can make it through, make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do, just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night, we're dancing. We stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh, so come on over, we can make it through, make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do, what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh. As we look up at the stars in the sky, did we ever stop and wondered why we let our love shine all through the night? Just you and me, babe, until the morning light, the morning light. So come on over, we can make it through.